Hi, I'm Melinda Van Fleet, and welcome to the Good Karma Success Coach podcast. I'm a success coach, speaker, and business consultant, and my husband Ryan and I were laid off at the same time 10 years ago. We moved to the Florida Keys without jobs, not knowing anyone, hardly any money, and we never even been here. But we made it, and now we're living our best lives. And all along on our journey, I've said that someday when we get our quote-unquote shit together, we will help others. Since then, we've both done a lot of self-work and built successful businesses. So that day is here, and one of my ways of paying it forward is through this podcast. Each week, my intent is to be relatable and bring you tactical tips, tools, share my learnings and stories that can help inspire or transform you wherever you are in your career or general life and make an impact. I strongly believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. So what's stopping you? Hi everyone, welcome and thanks for joining. I just got back from my walk, and if you listen to Crush It in Sales, I did a podcast on, I think it was Sunday morning, where when I came back from my walk, my mind was racing, it was on fire. Normally it's calm, but I just had to get it out into a podcast. So Crush It in Sales is a podcast on sales, leadership, and personal development. So that podcast was definitely about leadership and just top of mind. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to record my thoughts, listen to what the podcast sounds like, and just push play, because I truly believe in forging your own path. My husband and I have done that from the beginning. His sport fishing business, Good Karma Sport Fishing, is a perfect example of how we did not follow anyone else's business model when we moved to the Keys. We created our own, and it's been extremely successful. And also, too, just in regards to having the courage to speak up and the confidence to speak up, I think that's just really important and something more and more people should feel comfortable doing, and less judging out there. Just feel comfortable speaking up and getting things out there and forging your own path. So yesterday I was in Key West for work. I am a multi-passionate thriver. And I might change the intro on this podcast. I haven't really formulated exactly what I want to do yet, but not only do I coach and speak and consult, but I'm also a sales rep. And I also, as I just mentioned, help my husband with his business. So I do a lot of things, and I've always done a lot of things. So it kind of cracks me up when people are like preaching focus because that's what they heard from somebody else. But you know what? If you're a multi-passionate entrepreneur, be a multi-passionate entrepreneur. So I am one of those people. So yesterday I was working my sales job down in Key West. I drove down there. I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to see what happened after COVID, because Key West is open now. Please come visit. And I wanted to see what was going on with my customers and just say hello. I wasn't there to sell. I was just there to say hello. And surprisingly, Key West is in pretty damn good shape. So the news has made it out to be a little negative, but honestly, everyone was in good spirits. There were a couple stores that were closed, but for the most part, it was great. So when I was walking around, I was kind of scrolling a little bit, and it's really disheartening to see people giving so much opinion about what's going on out there. And they're speaking from places that they don't know anything about. And if you know anything about spirituality and the universe, you know that the universe comes from love. The universe is love, and the universe loves everyone. So whether you think someone is good or bad or an idiot or, whatever names you want to call them, the universe looks at everyone as love. So it doesn't help to spend any energy bashing anyone. And it's really sad, because some of these people that I follow, I consider friends, and I'm like, stop. You're spending energy bashing someone that you can't do anything about. You can't change it, and you can't change people's minds. Really, you can't. So focus on yourself and your own energy, and just be positive and make an intention every day to have a beautiful day and spread love and positivity and do kind things for other people, and not worry about what's going on out there. The country is divided. The country has always been divided. And my dad told me, who is in his 70s. So this happened before I was born. I was born in 1971. But when he said that Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated, he said it was even worse. The rioting and the killing was even worse. Can you believe it? So people of my generation didn't experience that, and they're not taking time to get educated on that. So we all think that the world is coming to an end, but not. It's probably just a natural cycle. And yes, it sucks. I'm not saying it doesn't suck, but I'm not focusing on that. I'm just keeping myself safe, my husband safe, and we're focused on our businesses and what we're going to do to thrive and move forward and have just great attitudes towards everyone we see. So with that, I also want to share this amazing story that happened yesterday. And yesterday I was really busy. It was really hot. I was, like I said, I was talking to all my clients and I was having just a really great day. I didn't get any orders until the end of the day, but it wasn't about that. So my point is, it wasn't about money. It was just about being nice and being out there and saying hi to people and enjoying some beautiful sunshine. So yesterday morning when I was getting ready, I noticed a $20 bill on our bedroom floor. That never happens. I am very, very organized with money. I have an amazing money mindset in which that you should treat money with respect. You should handle it. You should love it. You should put it in the places it needs to be. And so to find a random $20 bill on our bedroom floor, and our bedroom's upstairs, is just really bizarre because I know where every piece of money goes. And you can ask my husband, because I take all his money and I put it where it needs to be. I pay who needs to get paid right away. I put it in the bank. I do what we should be doing. So finding a random $20 bill on our bedroom floor, which is upstairs, was just like it fell from the sky. So when I found the $20 bill, I started doing the happy dance of appreciation, which is another money mindset tip there. You should always be appreciative when you get money. You should be grateful. You should treat it with respect. So I folded it nicely and I put it in my wallet. I didn't think much of it past that. I gave it appreciation and I put it in my wallet. So yesterday when I was in Key West, I parked my car over at Mallory Square. And if you know anything about Key West, there's not a lot of parking. So you have to be very strategic about parking. So I parked my car over at Mallory Square. I walked all up and down Duval Street. Then I walked over to Caroline and I was chatting with one of my favorite customers at the end of the day, David from Fast Buck Freddy's. He's a beautiful home decor store. If you're ever down there, you have to see it. And we were having a lovely conversation and he looked up at the sky and he said, "Oh, that black cloud, that's going to pour. Like you better, be careful and try to get back to your car." Because I told him I parked over at Mallory Square and this was quite a distance. An average person would probably not walk that distance, but I'm a walker, so I love to walk. So I said goodbye to him and I started walking. I walked past one of the restaurants and there was a homeless man sitting on the curb. And yes, there's some homeless people in Key West, but not as much as like Miami or Minneapolis where we used to live. There's lots of homeless people in most other cities, but there's some, but not a ton. And he asked me very politely if I had any money so he could get a hamburger. And I stopped dead in my tracks and I opened my wallet and that $20 was right there. And I gave him the $20 and was like, "Here, please go buy some food." And I think he about fell over because an average person either walks by a homeless person or they give them $1 or some change in their pocket or maybe $5. But $20 is not a normal thing that people do. But I had no thought about it. I just like, here's $20. And yeah, I walked away and was like, oh, he might be going to buy a bottle of booze because $20 could get you a bottle of booze. But if you are a generous person, you shouldn't have any expectation about what that person does with whatever you gave them. You should just give them with love. And then it's up to them. If he ends up getting the hamburger, then that's fabulous. If he ended up going to get a bottle of alcohol, well, that was his choice. So anyhow, so it just felt really good. And it was just, money is energy, and kindness and love and positivity are also all energy. And they're things that we can give freely to people. Like we can just easily give that. The $20 was just what I found on the floor and I gave it to him and put it back into circulation. And he went hopefully to a restaurant and he supported that restaurant and maybe left a little bit of a tip and paid it forward. So anything that you can do to just focus on the positive and just be nice to people out there. Like, I guess I'm just amazed by all of this because I could give a shit what color you are. We are all people. We are all souls. You have no idea, or unless you've done the work, where your soul was before it was in your body. You could have been a Black person. I could have been a purple person, an Indian person, a Chinese person. I could have been the homeless person. I don't know. I haven't done that much work yet, but I get the premise. And that's my point, is let's just all be a little nicer. I hate to be preachy, but I'm going to say that. And just think about that. Think about how I'm going to think about every day with everything I do. How can I be a little bit nicer? How can I always make sure I'm not being judgmental? And it's hard. There's always those, two sides of every coin, or double-edged sword, or speaking out of two sides of your mouth. It comes up. I have a friend who is speaking and coaching on something, and the way she's going about it is actually like she's doing it herself. So it's pretty amazing to watch. And I don't know if she'll ever catch it. I have no idea. But again, the universe loves everyone, and everyone has the same opportunities to be nice and kind and positive. So I hope you like this podcast. I would love to hear from you. This is just off the top of my head from my walk. And if you like it, please share with a friend or family member, and always feel free to reach out to me, melinda@melindavanfleet.com. Till next time, I hope you remain curious, positive, grateful, always be learning, and you know what? Have some fun too. Thanks for listening.